think is the key player to get the JOB done Game 5 mañana?
It's Khris Middleton. It's Khris Middleton, from Kendrick Perkins calling him Batman and then backing off, Perk, and saying, well, Giannis is Superman. But Batman doesn't just show up in the Batcave. You got to show up on the road. And Khris Middleton has been kind of like one of these unstoppable superstar types at the end of games sometimes. And usually, not always, usually that's at home. Here they have a pivotal Game 5, and we know what we're going to get from Giannis. You know something, Stephen A? My late great brother Sam and I used to argue about Shaq and Kobe because I was the big brother. I liked Shaq, and he was a Kobe guy, right? When we would argue who's more important. And he would say, look, Kobe, whenever he goes off, they win. And I would say, that's because Shaq goes off every single night. Every night. If they both did what Shaq did, they'd never lose. So I can count on Giannis. The one time he scored under 30 in the last, I don't know how many games, it's because he hyperextended his knee, had to come out of the game. He was at like 25 points with 9 boards. Otherwise, he's better than 30 every single night with double-digit rebounds and other stuff like assists, and blocks, and steals. I know Giannis will show up. Will Khris Middleton, or will they waste another huge night from Giannis as they did in Game 2 when Giannis went for 40?
Well, what I would tell you, Max Kellerman, is that you can't, listen, you can rely on Giannis for his numbers. But again, and when games wane and it's close, and you're suspect from the free throw line, I'm not sure I can qualify you as dependable. And I think that that's something to pay attention to, particularly in road situations where they're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the amount of time it takes for him to let go of those free throws. That's number one. Number two, though, watching Devin Booker in Game 3, in Game 4, I apologize. He is my key player for Game 5. Because if that Devin Booker shows up in Game 5, Phoenix ain't losing that game. They ain't losing that game if Devin Booker shows up and he's dropping 40 and he's dropping buckets and he's looking absolutely unstoppable. They're not losing this game if in Phoenix if Booker plays like that. And I think he's key, and I think the reason that he's also the key is because everybody knows that Chris Paul is not 100%. He's not right, Max. He's not right. I'm telling you what I know. He's not right. Okay? Yeah. So because he's not right, I think that Devin Booker has been given word, young fella, it's on you. We need you to be that superstar, that second coming of Kobe that Stephen A. declared you were and Max Kellerman declared you were. We need you to be that dude because a championship is on the line. Go out there and be great. Mamba mentality and all of this other stuff. Do it. This is what it comes down to right now. This is a best of 3 for the championship, period. This is a man that wants to play for the Olympic and win Olympic gold. Guess what? NBA championship's a little bit more important than the Olympic gold medal.
Yeah,
and this is what's on the line, and Devin Booker knows it, and he knows he can't rely but so much on CP3. So I'm going to put 2 guys in, Max, right here for your edification. Devin Booker is one. The other is Cam Johnson. I am a huge Cam Johnson believer. I believe this brother, Cam Johnson, should get 30-plus minutes, and I believe that Monty Williams and CP3 should ensure that he gets at least 15 to 20 shots. This brother is a sniper. He is not scared of the moment. He's got good size on him. He's athletic, and he can gun it, period. This dude is no joke, and he is the one dude coming off their bench who has been consistently productive with his shot and his offense. Get him in the game more and get him the damn ball.
I'll say this.
Cam Johnson and Devin Booker, those are my key. Booker first, Cam Johnson second, but both of them are my key players.
Look, I mean, the Suns have a great look at the starting 5. Mikal Bridges can light it up. He can really shoot, and he can really defend. I appreciate what you're saying about Devin Booker, Stephen
He can't shoot better than Cam Johnson, Max.
I don't know.
I don't think he can.
Mikal Bridges shot something like 43% from 3 this year.
I'm just talking about watching these playoffs. He ain't shooting better than Cam Johnson.
Well, the reason Cam Johnson lost the starting job was defense. It wasn't shooting. But I appreciate what you said about Devin Booker. Here's where I'm coming from. If you're looking for a big night, the Mamba mentality in a big game, and you go to Devin Booker, you've come to the right place. I believe that Devin Booker shows up in those situations.
So do I.
And so And so we're on the opposite side of this argument, really, that we usually are. You're usually the guy who says, look, I can rely on that guy. I'm not talking about him because I don't know what I'm going to get from the other guy. I know I can rely on Giannis. I'm not talking free throws. I'm talking about having a monster game. I can rely on him. I can rely on Devin Booker. I believe I can. Big moment, they need more from him. You came to the right place. Stephen A., what do we get from Khris Middleton? Sometimes extraordinary stuff, sometimes like, you got to be kidding me. So I'm looking at Khris Middleton. This is his moment right now. Middleton has got to show up.
Well, he's got to show up for Game 6 and potentially a Game 7, not necessarily a Game 5. You see, the thing about it is that, again, Game 7 is a crapshoot. Anybody can have that. I'm declaring Milwaukee will not lose Game 6.
Yeah, that's where we disagree.
And that's where we disagree. Milwaukee will not lose Game 6. So, to me, they're going to win Game 6. Their finals is determined Game 5. If Phoenix loses tomorrow night, to me, it's over Tuesday. And I don't believe they're losing tomorrow night.
I think Phoenix is too good, and I'll tell you something else. To go out like that, they could lose a Game 6, but I'm saying they could also win it at Milwaukee. You can talk about Chris Paul not being right. That's obvious. If you have eyes, you can see. That's not – something's going on. If Chris Paul's back is to the wall, though, if he has anything left at all and he has to go on the road to a Game 6 in Milwaukee, and he knows his team came very close in Game 4, I believe Chris Paul will have the game of his life. Like, he'll find whatever reservoir of strength or whatever he needs to get it done. That doesn't mean they win. You can play valiantly and still lose, but I would not count the Suns out of a Game 6 in Milwaukee. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.